We got the lights going on. The lights going. Here we are. So many cool random channels with some music. Alrighty. Here we go. Live and happy. Let's put the microphone over on the drawing side. Let's see here, make sure I'm properly centered. Or improperly centered, as the case may be. What way? What way? There we go. Myself all tucked away. Tucked away and everything's going good. All right. So, lots to do today. Today, we add items for our conspiracy. For our little kitty here. We're gonna add little things from the game. And do the background here and finish this piece off finally. First, though, we will sort out the sketch layer. So I want to put some books and things on here. So let's put parts of like a scroll. A little bit of the corner up. Oh no, I got a better idea than the corner being up. I have this thing down here. Put a knife in it, I think, to show how it's being held down. That'd be kind of cool. Then we put the spine of a particularly large book. Gotta remember to maintain the perspective. Otherwise it's gonna look kind of weird. That going on there. Just want a stack of books over here, I think. Maybe a scroll also tossed in here. Hey, Pastor Greg, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you. It's taken me far longer than I thought, especially with the redraw, but really paying off. Hey, EOS. Welcome, welcome. The plan is hopefully to finally get this particular piece done today and move on to finishing this one. And if I have any time left in the stream, work on that one. So we've got trifecta of artwork to try to work our way through. So we'll see how well we do. Knowing me, though, and how long it takes me to do anything, we probably won't get to all those pieces. But that's all right. The journey is almost as important as the destination. Put a map down here. Hanging out with Rise, wanted to say hi. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I was hanging with Rise earlier too. Nice little stream he had going on there. I'm amused by the fact that he's so big into Hearthstone, but he's never tried World of Warcraft at all. So I found that pretty neat. Yeah, happy to. It's such a cool thing, this whole streaming thing, where it's like, just by stopping by and hanging out and chatting with people, we're actively just like supporting the cool creative stuff that we're doing, which is something I'm really getting a kick out of. Yeah. Meet lots of cool people. Then you hear about all their cool journeys, like yours in getting into the Navy there, EOS, which is super cool. Can't wait to see how that journey ends up being for you. Hear all about that. Congrats, my daughter is dating a naval officer. Very nice. It's a good gig. The Navy's a good time. I served on one of our frigates briefly did a deployment to the Mediterranean. I was on the HMCS Halifax, Her Majesty's Canadian ship Halifax. And pretty awesome. A really good time. Lots of cool people. That's actually how I got the online gamer handle Hobgoblin, was from doing that. You're hoping to get to stream and make videos while you're there. You should be able to. Depends on if you're on ship or not. If you're out on ship, probably won't be able to do too much videos and whatnot, just because of the logistics and security concerns and stuff like that. But if you're not on ship and you're just, going about your business, the military can be, just like any other job in a lot of ways, but other ways it's very unique. Actually, we don't need to have the separator here. I definitely enjoyed my time, that's for sure. So I'm always happy to recommend military service to people. Did quite well by me, so not everyone has as straightforward or as carefree of a career as I do. Like one of my very good friends, he's getting compensated by Veterans Affairs and stuff for things that happened to him. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Yeah, I'm Canadian. That's why we have the Her Majesty's. I wonder if we have to. No, we don't have to change it. Because I was briefly thinking, are we gonna have to change our names of our ships because we have a king now? And of course the answer to that is no, we don't, because her and his start with the same letter, so we're fine there. Yeah, we work very closely with the Americans in my field. I ended up in communications by the end of it. And so we end up lots of work. Like where I was stationed for the latter half of my career, we have Americans embedded with us. doing the same job, and we work very closely together. Well, we have to change all of our crests. So all of our insignias in Canada are different cat badges and stuff. They have a crown on it. So there's a lot of them that have a crown. So there's a difference between a queen's crown and a king's crown in England. So what we have to do is we have to change all of our heraldry from having a queen's crown on it to having a king's crown on it, because because now we got a king. So we have to change all of our badges and things like that. So there is a little bit of pomp and circumstance that we have to adhere to. But that's what you get when you're a constitutional monarchy. So. Hard to imagine kings in the 21st century? Well, there's still a few of them. Ours, at least, is just you know, for the sake of ceremony and tradition. Have no actual power beyond just, you know, a traditional venue of respect. Because, yep, that Britain does still have them. They're ours as Canadians as well. So same old, same old. Let's go to the background, actually. Yeah, so the Commonwealth is essentially they were all former colonies of Britain back when it was an empire. And so what they've done is, when they all granted them their freedom, the Commonwealth is basically all of those countries that owe allegiance to Britain, and we kind of stayed friends. So the Commonwealth includes Australia, includes Canada, obviously Britain itself, but then there's a few others. I believe India is in the Commonwealth, but I can't remember how that all factored out, because India had was colonized by Britain for a while. But there's a few others that are in there, and I can't remember what all of them are. But basically, we're just in a happy little, hey, we used to have the same king alliance, you know. Just some chums hanging out. And so we have close ties to Australia as well. Kicked them out and became allies after they burned President's House in 1812. Yeah. Yeah, it was a crazy time. Well, the Commonwealth questions are still independent, but I don't know to what extent the it all is. But there's a whole bunch of them that are in the Commonwealth that are smaller, different countries. Could probably research and find a list. But if I did that, I wouldn't be drawing. But it's nice. It's a cool little... It opens up a lot of cool opportunities. Like, we have different kind of exchange programs with the Australians, for example, where we... some soldiers can go and live and work in Australia, and they get to come and live in Canada. So... I think the Canadians that go to work in Australia should get hazard pay, though, because that place is... Everything there is venomous. Hold on one moment, guys. I gotta go crank my AC up a bit. This room, unfortunately, my streaming room is like in the hottest corner of my house, so I just need a moment. One more. And we're back. Yeah. Alrighty. I should have made my like streaming look a tank top just so I could be a little cooler. I do too. I like jazz and swing and all that kind of stuff. This is just some random stuff I found on YouTube. So look up Chase Noteworthy's Isle of Sin featured Colum R. McGinnis. Folk shanties and the others. Nice. Reminds you of Mario games. Oh, some of the newer 3D ones. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this art here, Pastor Greg, was it's for it's for Shaken, and she won Hey Josh Plays Glamour contest. This is the first one he ran there, and so for that contest, I offered to paint, well, you know, a painting for the winner, and so that's what I'm trying to get done. So I can put that behind me and offer another one for the next Final Fantasy XIV Glamour contest that Josh is hosting. There's lots of... One thing I enjoy is making art for the people. Do I make emotes? Eventually I will. Once I unlock them for my channel, I'll have to figure out how to make them, and then I'll make a bunch, and then I'll be able to offer that to I'll be able to do that as well. But someday I will. But that day is not today. Well, I'm getting there. I've got the followers, I've got the hours. I just need to do the average of 3 viewers in 4 different streams metric. Emotes are just images, but 3D ones are more difficult. Well, with the with emotes, you want to make sure that the image you're using is readable at that tiny size, right? So there's a little bit of an art to it. But I have 1 out of the 4 streams with enough views, so hopefully soon I'll be able to push past that threshold and get the affiliate and get to do the full Twitch experience of channel points and emotes and all that good fun stuff. I gotta make a Discord. I'm gonna try to make a Discord later today or early tomorrow morning. Hey Fawn, welcome in. So, if I manage to work fast enough, we're gonna work on your piece. So, I gotta finish Shay's first, then... Oh yeah, 100% EOS. I gotta give you some special accolades. Can you have the role of first commission? Yeah, I gotta give you some accolades as the my first viewer ever, my first commission ever, and yeah, I gotta pay respects. You saw that and free for the moment, figured pop by and say hi. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. So what we're doing today with Shay's piece, obviously I'm filling in the background, but also what's going on is I have to put in a whole bunch of little conspiracy theory things involving carrots and whatnot into the piece. So I need to find a place for that rabbit, this little bunny thing, strangely colored carrots, because we're making this conspiracy that she's got here, trying to solve about rabbits and the Viera and the moon and the Loporrits and all this stuff from the game. So that's gonna be fun to do. So, hey Val, welcome in, Val Kawaii. Just explaining the art plan to the new visitors. Plan is to finish this piece for Shay, then move on to this piece for Fawn. And if, by some miracle, I'm able to work on my own stuff, work on this painting here of old Charlie. So we'll see if we can get there. I meant to do art today, but way sidetracked on a secondary outfit idea for your persona. Nice. Yeah, getting sidetracked on, like, are you building the outfit in, everything looks so good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trying to do my best to settle in. We've got the I really like her glam in the for that. So this is the glam it's based off, so I have to add the red underneath. And but we're almost done with that part, so won't take much longer to do Fawn's piece, and then that finally behind me. Get that out there and where Fawn can use that to their heart's content. Well, you dove down the Pinterest rabbit hole for idol outfits, basically fusing a bunch of different ideas with an artist friend. That sounds like a wonderful adventure. I love the inspiration that can come out of just looking at those different kinds of elements. Building an idol outfit for your persona is a really cool idea. That'll be a lot of fun. My daughter's spending a lot of time on oh shoot, what's the name of that? I can't remember the app. Give me one moment, I'll just ask her. Unveil, that's what it's called. So my daughter's been really into this app website thing called Unveil, where it's all about people making and exchanging original characters and stuff. And so she's been doing art gifts and adopts and all this other fun stuff. And so she's really been enjoying playing around with the different looks and costumes and things that people have come up with. So that's been pretty fun. Works out well. She uses my my mobile station because I have an art laptop that I take with me when I go beekeeping, and so I can keep working on art even while I'm on the farm. And so she just uses that while I use the main system. Works out pretty well. I was gonna say that book looks immaculate. Oh heck yeah, definitely gonna be using it as your Discord PFP and maybe my FF14 Insta profile. Awesome. The book. Spent all the time on the character art and everyone's like, the book! You've written OCs for 10 years? She probably would love the ones I've written. That's cool. Yeah, I've got a whole host of characters myself because I DM'd I've been DMing Dungeons and Dragons since I was like 10, and so I've got a ton of D&D characters that I can apply to literally anything. So I'm in a similar boat. Lots of cool characters to explore. That would be a fun thing to do for a stream. Would be to go back, pull out all my old characters from the decades of gaming and just like give them a new look. That would be cool. I should write that down. It's a cool idea for a stream. Hey, Sana, welcome in. Good to see you. We're just chatting about OCs, and I'm trying to draw some books and clutter on the desk here. You have a D&D character idea lined up, you just need art for her? Nice. I should find, actually, the most recent D&D character I drew. Let's see if I have art of her. Single pieces? Yeah. So I did this one ages ago. My art style's evolved since then, but I did this one ages ago. Nice little character art of she's actually a cleric. You can't necessarily tell that, but obviously he uses lots of punching and kicking. So, a Dinotaur archer. Nice. You got messaged by another scammer, Eos? Oh my god, man. You're cursed, dude. You have my sympathies, man. Oh man, Eos has like hordes of scammers constantly trying to get at him. It's just crazy. You have my sympathies, man. Can't believe how often you have to deal with that. That's nuts. Oh, I meant for that to be the spines of the books, but I turned that into the page. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that back to the... Take a look, but this one was funny. All right, we'll take a look. Let's see. Let's see here. Who is this? Hi, yeah, hope you're okay. And well, I'm going to show you some of my art and then possibly ask about commission. If my style seems up your alley, let me know. To which Eos replies, no, not the first time someone asked, and won't be the last. Let me guess, if I ask you for a time lapse, you're going to show me 20-second shorts, blah, blah, blah. And then they say, all right, fine. Thank you for saving us both the trouble. Jeez, dude. Yeah, can we talk just out of nowhere? Oh, dude. 3 cent, the 2 are the conversation. Getting solicited out of nowhere with DMs is kind of weird to me. The other was they can see your profile. Huh. And yet they still message. Oh, right. Huh. Oh, my man. There's always something, Eos. There's always something. Your profile is nothing but my stuff. To which I'm very grateful. I should show that actually quick. I'll show you guys that real quick. It took me forever to do it. Where are we at? Commissions. So the first one I did for him was his banner. So it was this. So this is his Twitch banner, because Eos streams. He's got all sorts of games. This is his nice little persona that he had for himself, some characters he's played in the games. I'm very happy with the cat. The cat is like super peak. I got a little ship down here. You can zoom in on my little details. Some Minecraft structures and a highway. And then we got some zombies from what's the game called, Eos? With the ghosts. And these are people he plays Fallout with in their duds. Phasmophobia. Yeah, that's right. So I really like how this guy's face turned out. Like, look at that. I really like how he turned it up. Phasmophobia, Fallout 76, and he does Minecraft as well. So we incorporated all that into his banner, and this took me forever to do so many characters, but it was really fun to do. So that's his Twitch banner, and he recently made a video. I showed this one in the I've showed this one in a bunch of the Discords, but he made a video recently of Sea of Thieves, and so he commissioned me to make a thumbnail for him. So this was some more art that I made for EOS. Nice little thumbnail pick for his YouTube channel. So lots of fun there. So I was gonna say you recognize the pirate character. Yeah. Well, it's nice to know I kept the look consistent enough. Am I drawing on the wrong layer? No, I did. I'm not. I'm on the right layer. Oh, jeez. I need to, let's see. Let's see here. Character line art. Yeah, Fawn's seen me. Has seen me share some of my my art in the various Discords. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really trying to spam everywhere I can. That's the marketing / salesmanship of trying to make art. Yeah, I'm trying to get the word out. So that involves a whole lot of sharing, and it's been fun because I get to chat and meet with lots of cool people and share my art. Gotta do what you gotta do, that's right. I can't make art for people if no one knows I exist, you know? Oh, thanks, Pastor Greg. I gotta figure out how Twitter works and use that a little bit more, just because it's such a big platform. So. Because I'm on there with a bunch of my art posted up there and on Insta and stuff like that. You're tiny too? Yeah. Takes a while to build it all up, right? But as long as we can be friendly, make stuff people enjoy, and be diligent, I think we can all get where we want to be. You're so tiny, you're not existent. Well, hey, well, you're probably ahead of me. So far, it's been a pretty cool journey. No lie. Small streamers make great communities. No lie. The audacity. The audacity. Let me perceive you. Now we're talking. And I agree, small streamers do make really great communities. You can, because you get to know get to know people more and more. Like one of my viewers, Rudy, he's in Finland, and he would just, you know, come in here and talk to me about his job and his day, and when he got a new girlfriend, he was telling me about that. And it was really cool just to get a little snippet into these people's lives. It's pretty cool. That's because we haven't lost ourselves. That's why small streamers make great communities. It's true, and it adds a nice amount of intimacy to it because you can actually like remember and focus in on people. Much harder to do that in you know, once you've got thousands, right? There's only so many people you can actually get to know. Okay, so I gotta erase this part. Actually, I don't need to erase it if I just put... Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, I want this layer, and I want that color. No, actually I want this color. I mean, there's a lot of big creators of great communities, but yeah, bad ones are problems. Yeah. It's true, it's just harder to do that the bigger you get. I mean, I hope one day to be a larger sized creator with a larger sized community that I can make lots and lots of art for. That would be the goal. To work here. What color should I make the book? I'm kind of feeling blue for that cover. What do you guys think? Very true, just experienced a small streamer getting big, then ditched their community. Really sad to watch. Oh, that is really sad. Turning your back on the people that... That's like pulling up the ladder behind you, right? Blue, green, and red for book covers. They are very iconic. Those are the very iconic book cover colors. So we'll find a way to use all of them, I think. But all right, we'll go with blue. Once I get this scroll colored in here. Alrighty. Plus, like, given the vibe of the character, those colors would fit the vibe, this vibe perfectly. I agree. Whereas I think if I made it like, if I started and made the book green, it would be like too much like her main colors. So. Yeah, I think it would be, so let's see here. I want kind of a cloudy blue, maybe. Like a mixed blue. I think that works. I need to find, where is that? There, no. Oh, I put that on the character line art layer. High consistency. Do the tones from Elder Scrolls, it has the covers, I said jokingly. Ah. Well, I got to put on some different things, like describing it as like the book having to do with like rabbits or space travel, or maybe it's an astronomy book or something. Yeah, you make that book in particular a color that wouldn't stand out as much I feel it would make the art overall look a tad muddy, which is never good. Yeah, I agree. But I think we want to keep it within the same kind of color palette because it's such a prominent object. So I think keeping it a cool color, but also being different, is a really good idea. Just like that, it's already popping. I agree, Fawn. I believe that the blue is the perfect color for this book. I just gotta slide this under. Nope, I can't slide that under. Well, thank you. The jewel tones in this art piece are amazing. Thank you very much. This was an experiment in a different coloring style than I usually do, and it turned out really well. I was pretty impressed with it. There was a YouTube video by an artist that I follow, Mark Burnett, and he had this tutorial on how to use a few tweaks within the software to kind of lay down some rough shadows really quickly, and it really paid off. You're gonna lurk, get your computer reassembled because you moved. Right on, Eos. Thanks for stopping in. Always appreciate the lurk. Always appreciate a lurk from the OG. Yeah, 10,000 def turning out amazing so far. Oh wait, might need to watch that too, to be honest. They'll usually use Procreate. It should work there. So how the process works, and if you look, I have one of my VODs has me explain the method. I can't remember which one. I'd have to like link it to you. But basically, what you do is you have your line art, you duplicate your line art. Actually, I can show. I might be able to show it. Can I show it on Fawn? I don't know if I can show it on... Anyway, I'll have to do it again. So basically what it is you lay down your flat colors, and you have your line art. So what you do is you copy your line art about 4 different times, and every different line art layer, you go to filter, blur, and you apply a Gaussian blur to it. So the first one, a heavy blur, the second one, a little less, third one, a little less, final one, a little less. And then you restrict the blurring to just within the line art, so you make a mask. So it just covers that. And so what that does is it gives you very quickly this kind of muddy fake shading. And then after that, all you have to do is you paint the light and you erase the shading that was there. Yeah, it was crazy to see that. So I saw the video that he made, because he has it on YouTube, and he's an incredible artist. And really, I just had to give it a shot, because then all you do, you have the general gradients that's kind of everywhere, and you just have to erase away where the errors are. So you end up painting the light, which is much more intuitive as well, because you're like, okay, well, where is the light hitting it? So you lighten it a bit in those areas, and then you apply your overlay colors and stuff like that. And so that's what we did with this piece, which is something very different from what I usually how I usually color. Because this one here, my picture of Alara over here, I did it very traditionally, and I did the cell shading style, so it was a very different way to approach it. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it was a really cool method. Thank you, Sana. My brother jokingly says that I'm allergic to hard work, and he might be right, because every time I come on here and I'm streaming and I'm working away, I sneeze. I think I've got to sneeze on literally every stream. At some point I sneeze, which is hilarious. Oh, hey, Rise. Welcome in, everyone. We are chugging away. Wow, thank you, thank you. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, so today, hold on, I'm gonna hydrate before I give my spiel to all the new viewers. So, welcome, Raiders. I'm Hobgoblin, and today we're doing Final Fantasy XIV art. I'll center this so we can see it. So this character was the winner of the Hey Josh Plays Glamour contest, and as part of that contest, I offered the first place winner a piece of art. So that's what we're working on right now today. And then because Fawn was feeling sad one day, I decided to draw her character as well. So that's the next piece we're going to work on. And what you can see here in my background is the cover from a Final Fantasy XIV based comic I'm working on called Headcanon, about my time in the game and my Warrior of Light there. And so if I have time this stream, I'm going to be working on one of the pages from that book as I paint Old Charlian. So that is the plan for the day. And yeah, we just chill, hang out, talk, and I make art for the people. That's what we're about. Johnny Gray, thanks for the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Fawn says, can confirm, been much happier lately, but regardless, much excited for the character drawing. Wonderful. Yeah, what I was sad about was that I wanted to get that drawing to you quickly when you were having the rough day, and then, you know, I wasn't able to start work on it for weeks. It was very delayed, but we eventually got there. Let's make this book here the same blue. And so, yeah, I'm an art streamer. Most of my streams are art. I'm debating getting into some of the games as well, like streaming Helldivers with Rise, or streaming my own time in Final Fantasy. So. So, debating that, but my primary focus is on art and working on my comics too. Eventually, once I'm finished all this guest art, I want to work on my comic book as well. So I have a comic book called Everard's Legacy. I'll show you guys the cover for that one. Let's go to issue 1. So that's the cover to my comic book, Everard's Legacy. I'm planning to put it on Webtoon probably the end of August. I got a few more pages I want to get done before I start putting it up there. But fantasy themed, Dungeons and Dragons inspired. My good friend Henry McCullough, he wrote a novel called Everard's Legacy. It's available on Amazon. And when I decided to try to launch an art career, I didn't want to have to write a comic book and also make a comic book at the same time, because learning that is that'd be too much work, and glad I did it. So then what I've done is I asked him if I could just make a comic adaptation of his book. He was over the moon, and away we went. So I'll show one of my favorite pages from it, just to give you an idea what the internal art looks like. So that's page 9. One of my favorites because of all the lighting and the little magic that I made happen here. And we got the main cast all assembled here. So this is page 9 of my comic, Evard's Legacy. I have 11 pages of it on my socials, so like on my Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And I'll be throwing it around everywhere once I launch it on Webtoon and stuff like that. So, but that's what I spend most of my art time doing, is trying to get this comic book underway. And also making fun art and commissions and stuff for the wonderful people that I've met along the way. So, all right, well, I guess that was a very nice long-winded introduction. So, oh, that's sick AF. Holy moly. Thank you, Fawn. You're gonna grab food, walk the dog. Awesome. Thanks, Fawn. Love the glowy sigils. I had so much fun designing that. So I kind of took a bunch of old languages, their script, and I just kind of mixed them all together, and then made that the magical language for my system here. Let's take a deep red for another cover. So I'm really happy with it because, like, when you're designing a magic system, like, it's easy for a writer to say, you know, they traced arcane glyphs in the air, right? But it's like, okay, but what does that look like? You know? So so it was a fun challenge to try to figure that out. And after having done that, I have so much respect for the artists that can make all those glyphs you see, like in, you know, with Doctor Strange or any Final Fantasy thing, when the glyphs appear and the magic circles and stuff. That's tricky stuff to design. So I have so much respect for the artists who can do that. So yeah, the Evard has a very meticulously designed magic system in it. I leaned hard into my D&D nerd for that. So hopefully it won't be long till Twitch contacts you making affiliate. I remember open that email, it made my week. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna change my priorities to making emotes for people. So we'll get there eventually. You're a sucker for cool sigils. You swear they can make anything look cool? They do. Those magic circles are crazy. And a lot of really cool to see. All right, so now that I'm coloring this side, I don't need these red lines here, so I'm just gonna get rid of those. You framed your email, Sana? That's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool once I get to that stage, you know? Because I initially got into streaming is to try to find a way to help make the making my comic book more sustainable, because it takes me so long to get the pages done. I was like, well, what if I could find a way to interest people in the process of it as well, and not just the product? So that was the idea with that, and it led me here to where I get distracted by making art for really cool people. So honestly, I hope you can start streaming on Twitch one day. You don't have the stuff for it right now though, mayhaps one day. Well, yeah, once you get it, away you go. It'd be cool to see you on it. It's surprisingly it was surprisingly easy to set up, but then again, I've only done like the minimum to make it work, so. Good idea, you can't hang it near your computer. It'll definitely be cool to check that out. Because yeah, I need to get through the average of 3 viewers in the average of 3 viewers in 4 streams threshold. That's where we're at. We have all the other metrics over here at Hobgoblin Martin Inc. So when you do, it's a blast, but these communities are great to be a part of. So they're so excited. Excellent, excellent. Let's have, yeah, I want 2 more reds, I think, in there. Go back here. Get the artwork done. Be sure to stop by even if it's just a lurk. Great respect for artists. Well, thank you. The lurking is great. Such a neat... Twitch is such a neat... like, streaming is such a neat thing where just by being present, you're doing something that's actually like legitimately helping. It's kind of cool because it doesn't cost people anything other than just, you know, their time, and even then it can, you know, so it's a really cool way of supporting creators without, you know, needing to break your own bank. So that's something that I found pretty cool about it. And if you end up as an artist getting enough of a following, then what that opens up is that you don't need to rely on like big meaningful pricing to do art for people. You can just do the art for fun, and that lets you make bigger pieces and more intricate artwork for people that ordinarily wouldn't be able to afford that kind of stuff, because like art takes a long time to make. So I really like that aspect of it too, where it lets you be really generous with your talents in a really cool way that I've been very much enjoying. So, oh, and this is a good time to plug Hey Josh plays his Final Fantasy XIV Glamour contest for the next one that'll be happening this month. I keep thinking to plug it, but then I'm like, I just forgot what the date was. So, because I know he's got his G Fuel stream on the 10th, but yeah, he is. I like his enthusiasm, Pastor Greg. He's very high energy, and I like that quite a bit. So, because I know he's got his G Fuel stuff on the 10th. I can't remember when he said the Glamour contest was the next one. It might be the 15th. I can't remember. I'll have to check. Oh, thank you. Oh, hey Shay, welcome in. Did I miss you before? I did. You returned. Oh no, I missed it. Much apologies. Event on Discourse the 17th. That's it. Well, I was in the ballpark. Sneaky, yeah. You're trying to sneak up on those rabbits to solve their conspiracy, the carrot conspiracy. He's trying to make me a FF14 disciple. The game is a lot of fun. I very much enjoy it. Excellent storytelling in a lot of areas. But I'm an MMO guy, so I love MMOs. Always have, so. Played World of Warcraft for a while, back in my youth. So, played it a little too much back in my youth. Hey Azur, welcome in. FF7 is the GOAT, I agree. Of the standalone titles, that it certainly is. The stuff that title did was just next level. Legit sitting AFK in Final Fantasy XIV house right now. Still making Shayla crazy. That's what we're trying to do, Azur. Fortunately, we've moved on from the character art into the background, so I can see the light at the end of the tunnel with this piece. We're so close to done. It's taken a while, but it's been fun. It's been worth it. Very much enjoy doing character art for people. Like, the characters that everyone comes up with through MMOs and stuff is just so fun and so cool. So I absolutely love making art of those characters. It's so good. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. What did I end up clicking on? Oop, wrong one. There we go. Now why is it like that? What did you do? Oh, here we are. That's too thick. So let's see here. So you just got to 125 subs on YouTube, EOS. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. That's pretty cool. I think my VODs on YouTube have gotten maybe like a combined 10 views. So let me see. I gotta catch up on this. I'm not used to having so many so much banter. This is great. Honestly, 14 was your first real MMO. You haven't gone back since you started playing it. Still your absolute favorite game after nearly 5 years. I agree. 14 is my favorite game as well. And got into it. I got into it just as Shadowbringers was coming out during the COVID era, and haven't looked back since. It's been so good. I didn't enjoy Dawntrail that much in terms of the story, but I'm gonna do another playthrough, I think, so I'll give it a second chance. And it was hard for something like Dawntrail to follow Shadowbringers and Endwalker, which are my, like, Shadowbringers is my absolute favorite. That thing is a complete masterpiece. So you're home since then, huh? Fellow Warrior Flight. Lots of people in here now. 15. Hi, everyone. Yeah, we can thank good old Rise for dumping his viewers on me. Hope everyone's enjoying the banter and the vibe. Always looking forward to new suggestions and stuff. I'm a new streamer, so I've got a lot of learning to do. But here we are, just getting to work, getting the art going. That one there. That one there. So let's see. Heck yes, you started around the time of Endwalker came out. Like right after, you think. Dawntrail is a special place in your heart since it's your first expansion. I wasn't really a fan of the story either. Yeah. I'll give Dawntrail some leeway since it's supposed to start a new story. Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is hard to follow on the footsteps of Shadowbringers. We'll see what they do with Evercold. One thing I'm disappointed in Dawntrail for was it was like basically like the anime, like the video game equivalent of the anime beach episode, where everyone's, you know, you have your vacation thing and everyone's on the beach, and we didn't have any No one went to the beach. We didn't go to the beach with the Scions, like play volleyball or something. You know? It didn't happen. And it should have. It's like, why are we not... We're on vacation. Why didn't we vacation? There was no vacation to be had. That's something I feel was a wasted opportunity. Exactly. Worst vacation ever. The closest thing to a vacation we had was when we had to do the festival for the crops. It's like that's not my anime beach volleyball episode. Oh, it was the we're talking about the Final Fantasy XIV expansion there, Eos. So or are you imagining your friend if Estinian's in a swimsuit? Well, I'm telling you, it would have been more popular. On my Diablos alt, I'm still going through the post-patch content, with Zero and dealing with the Void stuff, and so I recently just got to the scene where we go in and visit Estinian and he's working out, and he's just standing there shirtless, and Zero is like, "Should we disrobe too?" and just shocks everyone. That was a good, funny scene. I like that. So, lots of hilarity abounds with Estinian. That itself would have been the Fansaurus I could appreciate. That in itself would have been a nice vacation, just the whole expansion, watching Estinian be shirtless. That's it, that's the expansion. Yeah. Very fun to watch and comment on. There, Pastor Greg, the glamour, the fashion contest, the glamour. Yeah, it was. It was tons of fun. It was fun to judge. I had a blast that day. So I'm looking forward to the next one. Get the fuller going on here in our little knife. See, on Lamia. Oh, we're neighbors. Perhaps we did run into that. Good times. Yeah, I play on quite a few different servers these days. I've got my main on Curl. My old main that I'm picking up again, thanks to Hey Josh and the fine people over there on Diabolos. And then I have a self-insert character on Maduin right now, but I'm gonna move him somewhere else. And I have a couple other Alaras scattered around. So working all on Mateus, but you're debating moving her or not. So yeah, sure. Toss your discords around. I'm certainly not going to deny people sharing sharing their information when they're only here because other streamers allowed me to share mine. So, no, absolutely. Throw the Discords up. Find your gaming buddies. Just so long as he's not a scammer. So that is the thing with publicly putting your Discords into Twitch chat, is that certain other elements might find it. EOS can speak to that. He's 100% by Kote. He's not a bot unless he's part of Cyborg and did not know that. We need one of those machines that destroy robots when you walk through it, like in the Loki show. Are there lots of people that don't know the robots? You know, it's such a good fun. That was a great show. Look at, let's go. Making some good progress. Let's see, how's this looking on its own? Oh yeah, this is going well. Moving right along. Put the thought back in the box. Alrighty, just fixing the perspective on this map here. One other thing I like to do in the stream, is explain and show my whole process and give different tips and tricks. It's a little harder to do that at this stage of the artwork because all the sketch work and all the building of the figures and stuff like that's been solved. So that's all been done. But other times, for people that are listening, when I start a new piece in stream, I like explaining what I'm doing, and you can see the sketch work and the gestures that I do as how I approach it. Because I do quite a few different redraws for how I approach line art and stuff. So might have to get off here soon, fellas. Your iPad is getting low in battery. Can't wait for the day when you finally get a PC. Yeah, having a PC is definitely very nice. Opens up a lot of options. Did I not? Oh. Let's see. It was really, oh yeah, it was a really fun night. All right, on. Yeah, you're his mod, so you kind of have to be. Yeah, there you go. True. It's been really cool how these different communities can all just double dip and help each other out and chat, and you meet so many new people. Pretty cool. I want gold for that one, so let's use the gold. Excuse me, let's use the gold there. Besides, you're more of a Discord mod than a Twitch mod for him. More familiar with how Discord works. Plus, it's hard to mod for Twitch on an iPod. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense there, Fawn. Fairly certain you're a good bean. Well, so far you seem pretty pretty good to me there, Fawn. So we like our good beans over here. I don't know if I like how simple I made that handle. It kind of looks weird. Just need a random sketch of you on the board. Yeah, there you go. On the board, up here, we're gonna have rabbit-based conspiracies because the this piece I wanted to make echo that It's Always Sunny meme where he's like got his hand on the. I gotta remember where my. He's got his hand and he's like, you know. Little curly designs to the handle. Yeah, it's gonna have some leather wraps, but I'm not sure about the cross piece here. Exactly, Viera from the moon. So that's the joke that we're gonna do here. Oh. Sent you a friend request and Discord server. Feel free to advertise there. Thank you, Pastor Greg. I will reciprocate and be very, very happy to spam your Discord with my art. Be very happy to do that. There's actually a piece, you'd appreciate this, Pastor Greg. There's a piece that I want to do near the end of July. Because July 29th is my daughter's birthday, but it's also the birthday of St. Nicholas. So I want to do an art piece based on like an icon of St. Nicholas for that day. I think that would be pretty cool. So, and there's so many Christmas and July jokes that you can make out of that, but that's something that I'd like to do. That would be really cool to do. And so hopefully I can find the time to do that. July is an incredibly busy beekeeping month because we got the first honey pull coming around then. So we'll see what I can manage to do on the art front. But I'm really hoping I can find the time to do it. So it reminds me you have to expand the server a bit more so we can spread out your art more. Oh, well, thank you for that consideration. I'm so grateful that you guys let me spam your Discords all the time with whatever I'm working on. It's been great. Like, letting me, you know, share my little corner of the internet with you guys. Once I get around to making my own Discord so I can collect my little art fans. Well, you know, fans of art and people that want to interact with it and more with it and the games that I spend my time playing. That would be cool. Get my own little community going. Model after all of you fine pioneers. Okie dokie, you think you're off for now. Very excited to see the finished pieces. Hope a fantastic rest of your stream. Thank you, Fawn. You'll be on Discord. You want to vibe? Welcome to add. See you later. Wonderful having you. Thank you, Fawn. Sorry you couldn't be here when I was actually working on your piece, but but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna color in this map here. really like how once you get the flats down on a piece, how much presence everything gets. It's really, I find it really neat to see the shapes and the objects kind of like emerge out of nowhere, right? So it's kind of cool to do that. Everyone had a map with a knife, of course. That's why it's there. That's why I included it. It's because it's so iconic. Everyone, you need a map with a knife in it. If you don't have a map with a knife in it, what are you even doing? Oh, I didn't draw the outside of that. That's kind of funny. Put a 4 here to shore up the line art a little. I often wonder about the kinds of art and what areas of the art is more entertaining for viewers to watch. Like, right now we're drawing and coloring objects on a desk. And so I often wonder, how does that rate in terms of interest compared to like doing the character art and things like that? So lots of neat things that I'll be able to figure out over time as I keep working. But I often wonder about that because when I have days where if I'm streaming and I don't have anything necessarily, well, not if I don't have anything, it's that like there's a lot of busy work involved in making comics that sometimes I wonder, well, would that be better to just do off stream on my own and focus the streaming hours in on the really entertaining bits for people? So something to consider that I gotta figure out. So oof. Between making all those jokes last night and in Helldivers and keeping up with chat today, I gotta make sure wetting the whistle a lot. I got more Helldiving to do tonight too, with my other group. Yeah, it's certainly better than my usual method for hydration, which is just have a glass of whiskey next to the computer. But we need some water today. Fun to be here. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Pastor Greg. Thank you. Really trying to keep the dynamics going and see how see what we can do. So as I said, I'm still brand new to this streaming stuff, so trying to figure out the best way to banter with all you fine folks, and especially in the context of an art stream too, right? Because like I don't have things to react to in a video game, right? It's just like I'm doing my work. Yeah, you learned that the hard way. Now I have to make sure to have a glass of water nearby. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, it's so funny feeling like my voice be like used because I'm a talker anyway. Like no one in my family would ever accuse me of being without something to say. So finding that even I need to be careful with it is pretty hilarious. You've been doing it for over a year, you get the hang of it. Try not to overthink it. Yeah, I basically have just been trying to just, you know, vibe with whoever's around. Talk about, you know, different stories and things that I've been up to. The beekeeping is usually good for that. That's always a great conversation starter because not many people beekeep, you know? So so in that way, there's always neat stories or informations and facts to share. So learn many things. That's right. I'm curious to see, we're running fewer hives this year than we usually do. So I'm curious to see how much that's going to affect the size of the crop. Like how many pounds down this year are we going to be compared to last? So they are super important. That's right. And honey is also super delicious. Yeah, it was a family business for well, obviously my family. Started with my grandfather when he came over from Holland in the 50s. He started as a dairy farmer and then eventually he swapped over to bees because he for a variety of different reasons, but yeah, so and so my grandfather did it. 3 of his sons all followed in his footsteps and ran their own beekeeping operations, and my brother is the 3rd generation to own their own apiary and make honey for a living. And so when I retired from the military a few years ago, I went to work for him, and now I'm happy to be back, happy to be involved in the family trade. And very happy to finally try to pursue my my dream career, which is a professional artist. So it's been an exciting time. We'll see how it turns out. Little high school me wanted to be a professional artist, and I even went to university for a couple years for it. But the degree was not good for building professional artists. A lot of academic nonsense in it, which is unfortunate. So that kind of killed my pursuit of art as a career back in those days. But now that I'm through with the military life, get to try again. It's neat how accessible things like making your own comics and getting out there and like making your own art and just being an independent artist is nowadays. It's way more viable than it was a little while ago, just through stuff exactly like this. The internet has been pretty darn good in that regard. And now you have the whole AI thing going on, so that's a little, you know, a downside, but the it's also making people appreciate, you know, human-made stuff more as well. So, which is really nice. And I kind of like the kind of poetry of it, in that the way that artists best compete with generative AI is to leverage their humanity. So the more human you are and the more of a community you can build, the better you're going to be, and you'll have people rally behind you, and you'll be able to make whatever you want. So that's kind of a really cool experience and facet. Makes you support even harder. Exactly. So that's something I found. So online, I know a lot of people are really hostile and very scared of generative AI and what it can do and all that. But from my perspective, like, and it could be my perspective also as a comic book artist, is that AI can't replace what I'm doing because it's my story, right? Just because AI can, you can go to ChatGPT and you could take your stuff, you could make your own comic that way. That has nothing, won't affect me, because if people like what I do, they'll get what I do, you know? So it doesn't matter who makes competing products, they're not really competing. So all you need to do is just find people that like your work and lean into that, and you should be good to go. At least that's my theory anyway. We'll see how that pans out. But so far, so good. I'm gonna turn off that background line art because it's really disrupting my ability to read what's going on with the books. There we go. That's what I needed to move. All right. Make it impossible to see what was going on there. Make this one taller, just because we want to vary the sizings on what we're doing. One thing I'm finding funny in an interesting way as well with art is that I've been starting getting into doing commissions for people and stuff. Like EOS has been very generous in wanting to commission me. And one funny thing with that is that the enjoyment of making art like that for people has taken time away from the comics that I'm trying to do. So it's so funny, that dynamic where it's like, well, working for people now is really fun. So it's been, but it's funny how doing that fun, really good stuff and professional stuff, where was I going with this? Funny that, like, everything I tried to do, I don't know where I was going with that. Lost my train of thought. Maybe it'll come back. But if it gets to a point, you can also make it like a commission season. True. Like, ideally, I'd like to be able to do enough work for people that it pays for my off season. So in beekeeping, it's seasonal. So in Canada, we have a pretty robust winter. So, you know, there's nothing to do on the beekeeping front for the winter. So I'm a seasonal worker for the bees. So in the off season, so in the off season, that's when I shift to working on art full time, and that's exactly what I'm hoping to do, Shay, is balance out the getting pages done for the comic with being able to keep doing commissions, because I've been really enjoying having the opportunity to make cool art, like art that I never otherwise would have done, right? Like your character, for example, I never would have done that otherwise. But yet here we are, and I've really enjoyed making this piece. So I think I'll make this one a little, no, this works fine, I guess. And one of these days, I've asked a few people who've helped about how Twitch audio and recordings work and stuff like that. And so one of these days, I'll be able to figure out how to separate my the music and the VODs, so that I can play like what Rise does and play just whatever music I want on stream. So one of these days we'll figure it out. I do like having the complete archive on YouTube though, and that's more simply done by just automatically uploading the video to it. So, but it does mean that I have to use whatever copyright-free vibe sounds I can find, so. I've had some people send me screenshots and stuff for it. So I think I have the process. I think I have enough information for the process in general. So I just have to like implement it and figure out how I want to implement it, you know? Because like, do I want to archive my VODs on YouTube with no music at all, right? And yeah, so I got to decide if I want to pull the trigger on it. Going to lurk and make dinner. Glad to be here. Glad to have you, Pastor Greg. Ooh, 5. Look at that. Been chugging for almost 2 hours. Excuse me. That's what you've been doing? Now I have to walk the dog, lurk. And that's one big thing I have to figure out is commands and things. All that actual streamer stuff, the platform control systems and sounds and, you know, fade-ins and outs and stuff. I've definitely boomered it for setting up my stream. It was like, all right, the basics are done. Let's go make art. So it's been what I've been on. It's like I don't want to do that stuff. I just want to make art, you know. One of these days I'll get to the streamer maintenance. Like I still have to fill out, like, you know, a lot of streamers have the little boxes, you know, about, schedule, different things like that. Like I don't have that done for my stuff yet, and I really should, because that's important. Art and the kids, that's right. Art, the kids, the bees. Yeah, one of these days I'll figure out how to properly set everything up. And once I get affiliate, I'll definitely need to know, because people will be expecting to be able to do fun stuff. Like use emotes and make sounds and all that stuff. All right, I think that is, almost all the books. Alrighty. Get the spines going on these books. Now, is this? No, it's not. I put that on the character layer. All right. That is the hardest thing about digital art. It's just keeping track of your layers, what you've put where. Alrighty. I think I want them to be like not that red, but like Encyclopedia Britannica kind of red, I think. Is the vibe we want out of those. I think, let's go. We'll make the final one there green. Then I gotta put gold lettering on them too. That'll be cool. Make them really stand out that way. It's so, one thing I really enjoy about art and comics and how those things go is, like, when you draw your character, they're cool, but then spending the time to situate them in space just takes it to the next level. Like, I really, really like the feeling that comes when you set the scene, when you have your characters like interacting with things. Like, the further along we get in making this and filling out Shay's desk here, is it's really just adding more and more and more to the scene. Ironically, like, putting more stuff around is emphasizing the character more and more, and something I always have a lot of fun with. I used to try to skimp on backgrounds ages ago, but it was really neat to see and to feel that the backgrounds themselves they deserve as much attention as the character, because it contributes in a lot of ways just as much, and especially in a medium like comics. So it's always important for artists to give each element of the piece its due, you know? There's a lot of temptation to just skimp on backgrounds because they take forever to do. And it's something that I would caution newer artists against. Later EOS. Thanks for stopping by. Always good to see you. Folks, EOS is a streamer as well. Streams all sorts of games. So that's one thing. Again, see, I have to learn the Twitch stuff so I can do the shout-outs and things properly. So he streams Minecraft, Fallout 76, lots of good stuff. So, and he's got a YouTube channel where he has edited content there. So, be cool to go check him out and what he's up to. That's why my Charlene project is important. Effort and efficiency. Yeah, it's cool, and what's fun about that is that that's just page one of the Final Fantasy comic that I want to make as well as my own. So lots of cool stuff to do there, and that piece has been a joy to do. It takes forever to do it, but it's been a real joy to work on it. Especially since I haven't done like a real landscape in ages. Well, I suppose I've done one previous one, which was also for Final Fantasy art. So I have there was one moment in the Bozja storyline that in that game that I really liked. It looked so cool, and I just had to draw it. Where is it? I thought I had a showcase folder. Oh, it'll be in Headcanon though. It should be in Headcanon. Oh, there it is. So there's another piece. There's a piece that I did I called this one Memories of Bozja, and this one was a delight to work on. So this is the kind of thing I want to do for my Final Fantasy comic. So this is good old, for those who don't play, this is Cid. There's always a Cid in every Final Fantasy game. This is my character Alera, and they're looking out at this twisted landscape that's in his mind, and now it's super fun to draw. This was the only other landscape I've done in recent memory. I have the time lapse of this too, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, so that was I love doing these landscapes and big pieces in Final Fantasy. So got my page 9, the cover. So Charlian obviously getting the same treatment as Bozja did. So I still haven't finished those quests either. I got a fair way into them, and then got distracted by other things. So I still have to go back and finish that quest line. Right. So now I think I can put back the... Yeah. Oh, almost. No, that's good enough. Let's make all the scrolls that same color, I think. Well, I gotta show another thing too for the Final Fantasy folks. Another cover I did. This one was, I wrote a story and I did about 30 pages of art for it ages ago. It would have been 4 years ago now. Was what if I played the Alexander raids with some of my favorite streamers at the time? And I called that one Uplander Doom. And that's the cover from that. So nice machine stuff. Lighting there, the fun goblins. So, but my art's certainly come a long way since then. So let's see. But I did have a very cool, lots of fun doing Alexander. So you see there. I should upload some of these to my socials. This was back before I digitally inked, so this was, I did traditional inking and then I colored it on the computer. So Alexander and the tower behind him were hand drawn on paper. So let's show one more from. So this is just the flats you can see. As this panel was setting up the joke, the Black Mage joke. Final Fantasy has the wonderful Black Mage joke of mechanics are for cars. So this was setting up that joke as they just stand in all the fire. So, and these were characters that were, again, from some streamers that I enjoyed at the time. Still do. I don't watch them as much as I used to, though. Yeah, you see? Here, got a little explosion going. So. What is this? I forget how much work I actually got done on it. So you can see I was trying to lay down the stuff. The line art took forever with these backgrounds though, because the Alexander fighting arena was just so crazy. So this was my brother's character. So we played him with Sage and he's got the whole, the Shadowbringers gear, the Shadowbringers outfit you get from Tataru. Colored white, so yeah, the whole mechanics are for cars thing. So was a good time. But that was me trying to figure out how to make comics. So we've progressed a little bit artistically since then, I would say. Just a touch. Yeah, I should go through there and post some of those to my socials just to show it, but or I should at least finish up the mechanics are for, like, up to the mechanics are for cars bit. And I wanted that run to end with a joke where someone steals the limit break and therefore the whole party has to eat the tank buster at the end and just wipes the whole raid. So I think that would have been a Funny joke to end on. Actually, I have one sequence in there I think I want to show, which was fun. Again, it was ages ago. Where is it? Yeah. Ages ago. But here we have a bunny dancer throwing out her items and then using her technique there. And then hitting Alexander with it. So that was way back in the day before I digitally inked. So line art's a little rough then, but lots of fun. That was a fun project back in the day. So I'm really proud of this cover though. All right, enough strolling down memory lane. There's more art to make. It's fun that you can see your progress. Thank you. And I enjoy that too. It's really cool to see that. And I think it's really good for other artists to see that too, because like we often feel artists can often feel stuck or they're not good enough and they have this existential crisis on a lot of stuff, but then it's cool to realize that we're all marching along in this journey, getting better and better and better, and that the artists that you're like obsessed with, and really, not to say that people are obsessed with me or anything like that, but like the artists that we like and we look up to and try to imitate, you know, they started way back there just like you did. So it's neat to see. So I like that aspect of it, and I like looking back at where I was and makes me feel a little more grateful for how long it took me to get to my current level. Because I naively thought when I retired, I'm like, okay, I'm done the military, I'll just make a comic book. Like, you know, I can draw, I'll just do it. And phew, every step of the way, as I would draw it, I kept improving. And so by the time like 6 months would pass, the art I was making at the time looked so different than the other art that I was doing before that I'm like, oh, well, now the book doesn't look the same. So then I would go back and I would redraw and stuff like that. So what was supposed to be like, you know, a few volumes of comics done already turned out to be nowhere near that. Not even remotely as far along on the book as I wanted to be and hoped to be. So but that's fine. It'll work out just fine, because now I may not have the volume I wanted at this point, but I'm certainly artistically where I'm happy with what I can do, and I can look consistently enough in what I'm doing that I'm pleased with what I'm doing. I have the skills now to pull off what it was I was planning in my head. So now I'm really happy with that. I mean, it was an expensive bit of re-education because I was living off my savings while I retired. But it was very necessary. Is that? Gah! Layers. What layer is that on? No. 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 God damn it. There it is. What layer is that anyway? Oh, it's one of the... Why is that like that? Managing your layers is the hardest thing about digital art. Bar none. So, no, that's not the background line art. That's that stuff. Oh man, that took forever to figure out. I just want to say, no, you want to live. One thing I want to say is just to mention how grateful I am that you all have decided to spend your time in my little corner of the internet. Very much appreciate it. And it's been a lot of fun already. So very, very much appreciate having so many fine people to chat with while I work. It's a cozy corner. Well, I'm glad you find it that way. That's what I'm trying to make. There's a lot of places that aren't so cozy. Life is stressful enough without us adding to it, you know? It's like we're saying in Rise's chat, the best thing we could do is try to make our own little corner of the world as good as we can, and so that's what we try to do here. Make some nice art for people. Try to emulate, you know, some of that Bob Ross energy. I gotta watch more of his stuff on Twitch so I can better copy it, because he is the master of the cozy corner. Wait, I don't actually need to cover that up because I can just literally paint over it. Wrong layer. One other thing I'd love to get into is learning how to animate. That would be a lot of fun. So that at one point will be in my future, because that would be cool to do. Like motion comics would be fun, where you've got your comic, but then like some of the panels are animating at certain important points. You know, I think that would be really fun. Marvel released some of those ages ago, back in the day as an experiment, and they never really stuck with them. But I think there's a ton of potential in that as a medium and as a way of delivering your stories in comics, would have a little bit of animation in it. So that would be kind of cool to figure out and learn how to do. go. Oh, let's go with this darker paper color, I think, for those books. Like they're older. Alrighty. Almost done with all of the base elements of our, well, of our piece, well, except for all the information in, excuse me, in Shay's little conspiracy letters there. Coming along quite nicely. Oh yeah, that's looking great. Working well. Let's see here. So we want to just apply a little bit of shading here to the seams between the wooden panels, because that's where light isn't going to be able to sit very well. Let's do. Use these big gentle brush strokes here to just add a little bit of a gradient. Darken the farther away bit. All right. Save this just as a precaution. Try to add some little detailing here. I gotta remember to be mindful of where I'm drawing, because like, while it might be comfortable for me to draw over here, it's not exactly the best viewpoint for the audience. Always something to watch for. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's take a look at our reference. It is a darker wood in the middle there, so we're gonna, let's see. This is funny. When I was talking about the covers and stuff for the color for the books and things, like I forgot that in the references you actually have your desk, and it's covered in like different books and stuff. So that's kind of funny. Alrighty. Well, the music certainly took an interesting turn. Alrighty. No, I don't think that's gonna look right. I'll stop it. Ah, stupid tool. Alrighty. More of that's better. That's not quite it. that going. Alrighty. It's working out well. Oh, that's too hard. Wrong brush. Wrong brush. So sometimes it's really helpful to work on the piece when it's super zoomed out, just because it lets you use the whole gesture of your hand in a much more controlled, quick manner. Like you can see how fast I'm moving the brush across here just to fill in the little bits of the shadows and whatnot. So that's the idea we're seeing there. Just want to add some variance in the shadows we've got going across this wood. All right, that doesn't apply to the desk. Oh, hold on. Someone's at the door, so hold on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so next door neighbor at the door. Where did I put my glove? There it is. Sorry about that, folks. We're back at it. Whew. Alrighty, and now we're back and good and settled in. Kind of feel that knife is it feels small, but I think it's fine. Alrighty. Ugh. Oh, that's too big. Oh, not normal. I want multiply. Now we just have to, bit by bit, render our objects on the desk. I like how this sums up my art in like one easy example. Is I have no barometer for how fast I work and how long things will take me to do. Case in point was that I started the stream with the idea, hey, if I finish Shay's picture, I'll then move on to Fawn's picture. And if I finish Fawn's picture, I'll move on to my picture. And it's been 2.5 hours. We're not even remotely close to finishing Shay's picture. So that is my artistic journey in a nutshell right there. No matter what I do, how much experience I get, what I work on, zero ability to predict how long it's going to take me. Well, even though we won't be tackling remotely the variety of art that I was hoping to from the get-go, this has, however, been a wonderful stream, and I'm very grateful for everyone who's decided to hang out, give me some people to banter with. It's been great. So thanks again, all you wonderful people. As we add some shading here. Yeah, it's so funny. So last time we had when we actually had the glamour contest with Hey Josh, I made the promotional poster for him, and I was hoping I could just bang it out real quick, but it ended up consuming my life for like 3 days straight. And I was like, oh my god, I can never predict how long anything takes me to do. Oh, that shadow looks nice. That's right. And that's an important, that's very important for artists realizing was something that took me a while to finally embrace. You can't rush it. The only way you can rush it is to work more on it. But rushing the process isn't going to get you what you want. It just, what it does is it just leads to parts of the piece becoming neglected. So balancing that with the very big reality of deadlines is a big issue for especially people in comics, because they just take so long to do. But you know, you gotta just take the time. Because it'll end up better that way if you do. Excuse me. A little bit of a hiccup there. Ourselves just a little bit of rendering fun on the paper here. Try to create the illusion that it has... Actually, her shadow should be cast across this whole thing. Don't really want to do that, though. No, we won't. Where's my noise brush? May have to do something with the line art to make it look more fuzzy, because that tail doesn't quite look fuzzy enough. We'll worry about that a little later though. Woo! Sorry, just resting my voice a little bit. Still getting used to all the chatter. Well, you know, when you chilling out and streaming here, yeah. Very much the pressure to keep chatting and filling the airwaves, right? So trying to be mindful of that. I did all this though. What is going on here? So far, this has been a pretty successful streaming venture. We've made a lot of progress on this piece, and I'm super pleased with it. I was hoping to get it completely done this stream, but obviously it was... Hey, Mitchie! Is it easier to do Mitchie Alien on Kick? Is it easier digital art or traditional art? The answer is it depends, but overall, for me, I find digital art to be easier because it's more forgiving. And you have a lot more options to manipulate what you're doing. So I find that, I find it an easier medium to work in for those reasons. So like, well, you have an undo button, all right? You have a super eraser. So that alone makes it way easier. And it's easier on your eyes because if I want to hyper detail something, I can just zoom in, right? Oh, look, I have gaps in my colors, so then I can take this. Another thing that's easier about digital over rather than traditional is color picking. So one thing that always frustrated me when I worked traditionally was mixing colors. So I used to paint in acrylic and stuff like that back in the day, and you have to mix your colors. So that always annoyed me. I just found it such a bother. You gotta put little dash of one paint, little dash of another paint, constantly be mixing them together and hope you maintain the same color. So yeah, I would say digital is easier than traditional. But it's also more powerful too. There's way more you can do with it. So and digital art also has the perk of it being super easy to engage with people online with it because it's already digitized. I know a lot of traditional artists stream and stuff like that too. I follow a couple of them, and they do great work. So I hope that answered your question, Michi Alien. I appreciate the bee emote as well, as I'm a beekeeper when I'm not making art. So which app should you start with, or how should you start? There's a lot of free ones. I really like Clips. The one I'm using right now is Clip Studio Paint. I think it cost about $75 or so, I think. But there's a lot of free ones. I think Procreate is free. That's a good place to start. And a lot of those, you can just load them on your tablet and away you go. So if you have like an iPad with a stylus, away you go. So that's what I would recommend. I really like Clip Studio. I find it to be a good balance between affordability and power. So Photoshop is obviously like the iconic one, but these days you have to pay a subscription to keep using Photoshop. So I haven't used Photoshop for ages because it just got too expensive. So that's where I would start. Lots of nice free art programs. Procreate, I think, is like the most commonly endorsed one. It's like the most popular free one, I think. No, I'll keep it black, why not? So just thinking about diving into to digital art, are we? What kind of art do you do right now, Michi? I mean, other than just the medium of traditional versus digital, but you just got to do it. Lots of great tips on YouTube and things like that, but the big thing is you just got to practice. Find a method and away you go, is what I would say. And draw from references. So what you can do, for example, any kind of art you're doing. Let's see if I could just give you an example. Let's find a simple picture. Let's see, do I have a... Yeah. Okay, so let's say I want to draw a figure, I want to learn how to draw a female figure better, right? So I can pull up a picture, and I can use that picture to help myself learn. So you get your canvas, and you just dive in. So the best way to do it is you want to start with shapes and break down the figure into shapes. So, you know, the head is circular. I like doing gestures. So, you know, we've got a circle for the head. Try to draw in what you see, right? So then her neck comes down here. So I scribble a lot in my process when I'm trying to figure out how a figure would look, right? So we have this central line coming down here. So you just want to keep scribbling. Feel it. I like feeling it out, feeling out the figure. And you refine it bit by bit. But you got to pay attention to what your reference is showing you, right? If you do that, then that's how you can learn your anatomy and everything. It's just leveraging references, using pictures, copy what you can see, and that can help you figure out how it all fits together. So in this example, I put her head a little too far forward, so I'll move that back. That better fits. But you want to build your figure with basic shapes and feelings. So what does it look like? What is it going on? So you want to build your figure with shapes and work on that based on what your reference is showing you, right? So the face you'll break down while the nose kind of sticks out a bit, comes in. So you block in the nose. Hey, Tricks Oddly. Good to see you. And then you put your eyes in, you put your thing, and you just detail it that way, Michi. I was just talking to Michi over on Kick, was asking how you get better with anatomy, and the answer is to just do it. So, and to practice a lot with different images. So this is what we're working on today, Tricks. The bees are good. They're doing just fine. They're flourishing. We should be having we should be getting the first honey pull in the next couple weeks. So that'll be pretty cool. And get some honey. Yeah, so we'll be looking forward to that quite a bit. Oops. Yeah, been a pretty good stream so far as well. But yeah, the bees are doing quite nice. What is going on here? Here we are. Trying to get through my backlog of character art that I promised people, but I've been taking forever to get to. How are you doing today, Trix? Been a little while. The heat wave in the Netherlands is killing you. Yeah, because you Europeans don't get to, you guys don't make use of your of air conditioning very much, do you? That seems like a very silly decision. Yeah, I've been hearing about the European heat wave quite a bit. The AC, you gotta get your AC going. Again, that seems like a very terrible idea. Yeah, I know. That's usually they're just like, oh, we'll build our homes out of stone and we'll let it naturally kind of air out. It's like, yeah, or more realistically, and just use machines to cool it. Naturally cool down my ass, yeah. Oh, and Michi, just to let you know, since I do stream on 3 different platforms all at once, and most of my focus and most of the people that watch are on Twitch. So if you like and you want to join us over there, or stay on Kick if you like, that's great. Then just letting you know that's where most of the socializing is happening. Since the platforms are kind of picky about where your chat, about like what chat can show. That's why I don't have any of my chat showing on the stream, just to myself. So yeah, you had to buy air conditioning. I've got central air, and I'm in Canada, and only thing keeping me sane right now. So I sympathize. You had to buy air conditioning of 3 air coolers. What's the difference between an air conditioner and an air cooler? Now you mentioned it, you never turned off your heater from the winter. Well, it shouldn't be on. That won't be going if the temperature's too hot anyway. Assuming it works on a thermostat. So ideally that's not ruining anything. Alrighty. More shading. I must say the rendering this background is already a lot of fun. I am Rise. We're still at it. My banter has gone down though. My throat is starting to get tired from it. I won't be able to stream much longer. I'm gonna have to go make my kids some food, give them some dinner. But for now, we're crushing it. You can only lurk. Love to stay in chat. Hope the stream's going well. We need to get 1,000 more steps. Right on. Step it up. Yeah, the stream's been going great. Really nice. Really grateful to have so many people joining me in my little corner of the internet. And really nice. Really appreciate the raid, Rise. It was very kind of you. So. Very, very grateful. I figure we'll go until 6:30, so that'll be another 13 minutes, I think, is what I got in me to keep working. Certainly won't finish Shay's painting today, like I'd hoped to, but that's all right. I think you can appreciate why the price point for commissions like this is a little daunting for some people. So I hope this process about how long it's all taking is a great way for people to see that sort of stuff. And yeah, just like that. So. What is going on with that? It's looking weird. Oh, is it this layer? Why is that not blending properly? What is going on here? It's weird. Oh, well, no point in obsessing over it. It's over there. That's why when I find there's lots of artists out there, they're trying to get commissions and they're pricing their stuff at like super, super low rates. I always try to encourage them to put their prices up a little bit just because of how long it takes and how much effort it takes. And it's a luxury skill. Like it takes a lot of work to be able to create stuff like this, and so people need to feel a little more comfortable asking for, you know, decent rates for their stuff. And on the topic of different, like the AI art stuff, I know a lot of artists are concerned about, you know, being accused of using AI to make their art. That's something that the streaming has been very great, that I never have and never will be concerned about that, because literally everyone can come and see me make it in real time. It's a nice upside to the whole art stream and stuff. All right. I did it again. I like drawing right in the middle of my tablet, and so with how my display is set up, that oftentimes puts me right here, and so I gotta remember to not hyperfixate on that corner of the workspace. Alrighty. Well, I also want to mention here and gratefully express my gratitude, because this stream, thanks to all you kind people hanging out here, will put me halfway to affiliate. So that will be it's pretty great. So thank you very much for all of that. We're definitely making progress today. Yeah, because you need to do 4 streams that have more than 3 viewers before you get the before you can like apply for the program or whatever. So this would be in this recent block of my time. This will be my my second one that has had such a wonderful turnout. So that puts us halfway. which is pretty exciting. Alrighty. Overlay. So now we just want to subtly add in the little bit of light that's hitting across our very busy detective desk. After 5 minutes of sobbing, my house is suddenly cooling down from the fact I had central heating on. Oh my god, Tricks. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, you poor thing. Jeez. I may be an adult, but I sure as hell ain't adulting right now. Oh my god. You have my sympathies, Tricks. Oh my god. Just want a little bit of reflected light from the table on these books here. Try to fill them out in space. Apply a little bit here. Blend in some of my shading there. Let's go back to the figure. So I think I want a little bit more shading on her back here. Just to add a little more oomph to the contrast. Just a little bit, not too much. That already is looking much nicer with what I was thinking. Make certain things stand out a little bit more here, where that light is explicitly hitting our picture, just to bring out a little more of that fanciness. Emphasize certain parts here. Actually, I think I should go right down. How big is that? Yeah. Thicken this line just a little bit. Do the same over here to really emphasize the stitch work. So yeah, Trick, so I had my usual having no idea how long it takes me to do anything, because for this stream I was planning on finishing this piece, then moving on to this piece, and maybe moving on to this piece, but we're not moving on at all. There's not gonna be any moving on. we are invested. Let's show those again. Nice little gift. This is a gift for someone in a nice Discord. This is page 1 of my Final Fantasy XIV comic that I'm working on. The cover of which is right there. So proud of that piece. And this was a prize won by a participant in the Hey Josh Plays Glamour contest in Final Fantasy XIV. He held a glamour contest, little costume contest in the game, and I offered art to the winner. So that's what we are trying to make right now. If I use this darker brown, what's that going to give us? Too dark. we're just working away at that. And sorry, I've been talking most of the stream, so my throat is starting to get a little tired. My voice is a little worn out, so I apologize for not putting forth my usual amount of banter. I'll need to have some tea when the stream's done, I think. Tea with honey. Pony. Gotta make sure I point high enough. That's right there. Adding some texture for our wood paneling. Alrighty. Yeah, sorry folks, for the radio silence there with my chitter chatter. Just the voice is needing a rest. But we'll power through. Oh, I actually went longer than I was expecting to. But that's fine. What we're gonna do, we're gonna finish off applying the texture here to the wood, and then we'll call it quits there. Because I want to have this texture here when I show the whip, when I post the whip in all the many discords that I have found myself in. And then next stream, hopefully, we can finish the conspiracy. And that'll be the, and that would be it then. And that'll be the whole piece. Been a long time coming. but a wonderful adventure and bit of art that I'm quite pleased with how it's gone. And back to that one. Few more wispy lines to let us happily pretend that we have some wood here. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Woo! Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I do want to brighten this up though. There. There we go. All right. All right. Woo! We did it. We are almost done. All right. Well, I just want to thank everyone for being here with me as I got to work and inched our way forward towards completing this piece for Shay. And if you would like your Final Fantasy XIV character to be featured in a piece of art like this, there are many ways to do so, one of which is to pop by the Hey Josh Plays Glamour contest that he is hosting this month on the 19th, I believe it was confirmed. And I think I will do as I did here and offer a piece of art for the winner and make that a nice little tradition. So we'll see. Yeah, thanks again, everyone, for being here, joining me in my little corner of the internet. I need to make some dinner for the kiddos, rest my voice, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And thanks again, it means the world. And I hope you enjoyed, found the art interesting to watch, and enjoyed the vibes. And I'll see you next time. That's what we're all about here. Having a grand old time and making art for the people.